Don't care if you've been watching Doc, fuck them up. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Ties Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Party, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, with all that dang shit on my left. Oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
So some of you that are new, welcome to the podcast. But we do things on here that make you kind of question your worldview, like meeting a Mexican girl named Kenya.
All right. Engineering on the ones and twos, choke me out on the threes and fours, Chronos.
Wop, 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 wop.
We got your boy Blue.
JT and I got something in common now.
God.
You don't want them problems.
Down. And do you want government name? How do you want to be addressed? I just want to be sure.
I don't care either way.
That's
Was
a
it
long ass
Lilith?
name.
Lilith, yeah, just yeah.
Last but not least, then Lilith is joining us. Surprise guest.
Hi, I'm fairly certain I'm going to learn a lot more about Kendrick than I did before this today. So
All the
You
things.
about to get learned it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, learn for. Before we even do it, well, actually, no. Let's get to our usual stuff before we get to that.
All right. You usually start us off with stats of some sort.
That I do. Listener of the week, once again, would be Zor. Thank you very much for listening. I got to hit him up. I haven't talked to him in a while. And
Oh, right on.
First in the chat is nobody yet because we were kind of late. So
A little late. Oh, yeah. Oh, actually,
I'm
we
getting
were-
used to a new living situation. So
There you
Understood.
in the background now, my situation is a cardboard box. So that's the white background.
go.
I got the
you.
extra corrugated. All
There
right.
you
I
go.
was about to say.
it's painted real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you in the like bathrooms, like I used to be.
You got to paint the wall black, man. That's too much white. It's too white. It's too much white for the podcast. Our background's always been pretty dark.
That's true.
I guess not when you lived in Union City, but
The other wall is the dark one. I need to do this one. So
yeah.
yeah.
Darkness.
Old ninja, what you pouring out? Got to be frothy. Got to be urban. Got to be brown.
Yeah, shit. I don't know what he was drinking, but I'll drink out. I'm gonna pour out something. I guess local to the Bay. So some of y'all know, may or may not know Drake's. Drake's have this fucking
Right.
yeah, yeah. So Drake's has this double IPA called the Denogonizer.
It's a great one.
And I'm gonna pour that one out. Pour that one out this time. I would have said Gordon Pierce, but I don't think Gordon Pierce is around anymore.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, they're breweries I've yet to even see.
They
or
were
even
bought
their
out by
beer.
They were bought up by
Anheuser-Busch.
Irish. Yeah, Anheuser-Busch. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah, no. Then we're sticking it, keeping it local, keeping it danky, and with some double IPA Denogonizer. Pouring one out for Willie Mays.
Oh yeah.
Willie Mays, the center fielder who began his professional career in the Negro Leagues in 1948. He had been baseball's at the time. He had been baseball's oldest living Hall of Famer. He was voted to Hall of Fame in 1979.
Wow.
Mays has been said to be the best to have ever played the game behind Babe Ruth, record-wise. You can debate all this other stuff. That's not on me.
Behind or above?
Sure.
Was he better than Babe, or was he the second best?
That's debatable.
Babe Ruth wasn't actually that good.
I'm not going to put that in there. I don't have a dog in the fight, but still.
He was. I mean, he was good pre. I guess pre desegregation. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely say that. Not to digress too much, but his
I already knew this was coming.
yeah, his stats for his era were great, but it's always going to be a caveat because you didn't play against Negroes.
And you didn't play against fields that were like, what was it? That one field was like the field to hit it out for a home run was like more than like 100 feet further out. That's why most of the Negro League players were like a lot better. I think it's like Rick something field. But like
Rickley?
No, it's Rick. God damn it, I gotta look it up. Rick something field, but basically it was like 400 feet plus, and the other ones were like for the major leagues was like 300. So
That's a good point.
So he began his career with the Birmingham Black Barons of the Negro American League. Even though I could have sworn
That's a
it was
dope
American
name.
Negro League, I thought, yeah, it is actually pretty dope ass names. Incidentally, too, the teams had the same name. They're just from different cities. Anyway, in 1948, he played with
Rickwood.
the Brigham Barons in 1948. He played with them until the New York Giants signed him upon his graduation from high school in 1950. So in the Negro leagues, Willie Mays was playing like Negro baseball at the age of 17, basically. And so when he graduated high school, that's when the Giants picked him up. Uh, he won Rookie of the Year in 1951. He won MVP in 1954. He won the World Series in the last year that the Giants were in New York before they moved to San Francisco. He went on to win another MVP award in 1965 in his career with a return to New York after midseason trades to the New York Mets in 1972, retiring after the team's trip to the 1973 World World Series. He is a 24-time All-Star. Let me say that one more time. 24 times he's made it to the All-Stars, which is tied for the second most in history. He is a 12-time Gold Glove winner, a 4-time National League home run leader and stolen base leader. And he is the first player to hit both 300 home runs and 300 stolen bases. He's the first right-handed hitter to hit 600 home runs. His jersey number 24 for the San Francisco Giants and the New York Mets has been retired. The Associated Press had said that few were so blessed with each of the 5 essential qualities for a superstar: hitting average, hitting power, speed, fielding, and throwing. End quote. Mays is the godfather of Barry Bonds, whose father, Bobby Bonds, was a teammate of Mays. Mays died. Go ahead.
Sorry, real quick, just to put this out there too. He did all of this way before any Balco labs and steroids were.
Drug.
Yeah, I said the 70s. Like,
Yeah,
He just had the
but
talent.
I thought that'd be implied, but okay.
I just want to make sure folks know that there was never any implications of him juicing steroids, anything like this. This is just all natural fucking greatness. Let's just put
And
that.
still, I mean, he's still in like the top like 3 in like all time, even to this day. Like it's 2024, so he still holds like some of these records, and these records are changing now that the Major League Baseball is now including the Negro American League numbers, which changes a few things.
Yes,
Actually, a lot of things.
They're also
yeah.
There's a thing I have to talk about though real quick, is that they're actually getting pensions. For any Negro League player that's still alive is getting pensions from the MLB. That's very significant. Now, I think it said no matter how long you played, as long as you played in a game, you're getting a pension, which is fantastic.
It's also strangely convenient because most of those players are probably gone.
They are, but I mean, a lot are still alive though. A lot. You'd be surprised.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure there's probably like maybe maybe 20 some odd are probably still alive. Maybe. Anyway, Willie Mays died 2 days before a game between the San Francisco Giants and the St. Louis Cardinals to honor the Negro League at Rickwood.
That's the field I was talking about.
That's the field at Rickwood Field in Birmingham, Alabama. He died at his home at the age of 93. Quick fun fact: Willie Mays lived in the same city as Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead, Prodigy.
I was just going to say I briefly met him once in the Bay Area. Really, really nice guy. This was in the mid-2000s. And just a really pleasant retired player to be around. Like no sense of like arrogance or whatever like that. He was just a really down-to-earth, respectful older gentleman at the time, and it was a real honor to meet him.
He passed away here in the Bay Area. He was in Palo Alto.
Yep. Well, so it says Palo Alto, but I guess his house is in Efferton, which is the same city as Steph Curry. So, I guess I've met him when I was a kid, but I don't remember. I was like really small, but I do know one of the people that used to work with him, they started a outreach program together, and like it was Willie Mays and this other gentleman. I don't want to shout out his name, but he's a really cool fucking dude. They did pretty well off doing this outreach program for the community. Willie Mays left the program for him to take over, and like he's like one of the coolest dudes. Like he was with the Giants organization, so he has rings from the Giants wins. Like it was fucking crazy, but he's like the coolest fucking dude. He let me sit in his Corvette. It's fucking awesome. But
So
R.I.P. to Willie Mays.
what I was talking about with the field size, which does correlate to like Negro Leagues and MLB, is Rickwood Field, the original field for the distances from like the left outfield and the center and like the right outfield. It was 470 feet to left field. It was 478 feet to center and 448 feet to the right. And as a comparison, today in the MLB, and like it's like in the 300s. So like the average is 331 feet from home plate to the out fence. So I forget what the fuck it's called, but yeah. So they were hitting substantially farther to get a fucking home run in the Negro Leagues. A lot of the fields.
And they were hitting home runs.
Yeah.
They were hitting it. Some cases they would hit it out the park.
And before any like uber baseball nerd or whatever, yes, we realize that every stadium is different. There's no like, it's not like basketball or football where it's like a set like amount, you know what I mean, in terms of left field, center field, right field. But Kronos is correct in terms of those were the averages, and you can see the averages now, and you can see that anytime you're talking about 470, 480 feet, that's way further than pretty much everything by modern standards in stadiums.
As a comparison, it'd be like having, if you watch basketball, it'd be like having a 15-foot fucking hoop. So like basically, it'd be like a hoop on top of like where the top is right now.
Yeah.
Like,
and food's still dunking.
Some folks can do it, but just some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's crazy. Go ahead. Sorry. Old Ninja. Who else you got?
Oh yeah. Oh no. So, R.I.P. to Drake. Yeah, Drake. Yeah, Drake is done. The
His name is
artist
Aubrey now.
formerly known as Drake. He is now Aubrey. Aubrey, I hope you had a very good ceremony for Drake because he's no longer with us anymore. He had a good run. I hope you're doing good in your endeavors. You're probably going to be on TV shows and soap operas.
Like How to Catch a Predator.
No, I mean he'll probably get out of it, and he'll end up on like Days of Our Lives or
like Chris Hansen.
Some Hulu.
I like you. I want you.
Yeah, he'll probably be on some Hulu.
Are you going to pour out any? Are you going to pour out anything for some of his hardcore fanboys too?
Oh,
because they've taken L.
No, fuck them, fuck them fanboys, fuck them fan bases. Most of them they deserve to hold all the L's.
They need to be on some sort of flight watch.
Yeah. Yeah. So they need to be barred from coming to California. So, or actually the whole West Coast, because I want y'all coming into Seattle and trying to rent some car and then drive into California.
You
guys
come
get a
here.
30-day ban from coming to the West Coast.
Are y'all
includes Vegas?
Are y'all old enough to remember when Drizzy, currently Aubrey, was actually asking for the smoke? He was like, "When you gonna drop? When you gonna drop? Why is it taking so long?" Do you remember those times, those wild ass times?
No, hold on. He did that. So I don't know if y'all know. I didn't know this, but there's a YouTuber. He posted the timeline.
Yep.
Based on the songs on what they did, and I didn't understand. And not like us that Kendrick kept talking about you disrespected Pac, and I was like, well, what did he say? I'm all scrambling through.
The AI
there was
stuff.
a song where he used AI to do Pac and Snoop, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Snoop was like,
I
who the fuck?
And in the song, all he does is say, when are you gonna drop? Why does it take you forever? We're waiting on you. It's gonna take you years for you to make it. We wait on you to do something, and all of a sudden, it just turned into like that Weekend of Fire. So,
But didn't know. But did he even know that Kendrick has a Pulitzer, or that's what it's called, right?
Pulitzer, yes.
Yeah, he's got Pulitzer.
He talks shit about it too.
But here's what gets me about the whole thing. We're in late June now. This started at the end of April, and the songs are
early May.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. The last few days of April, early May, the songs are just as fire now. Well, like we know all the lyrics. Everybody's singing along from age like 9 up, basically.
So they were playing Not Like Us on the radio on I guess it was the radio version of the song.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my 3-year-old son was humming to the beat. He was all I was like driving and I just hear I look at the back, I was like, damn, Kendrick's got his hooks in my little kid too. He knows about Drake.
I feel like Drake's gonna have hooks in little kids, but all right.
Oh damn. Yeah.
I'm gonna put y'all on a little bit on something because I've been watching more breakdowns on this whole thing. So I ended up watching like a compilation video of like different people reacting to it, and each one had like different tidbits to add to what Kendrick was talking about in Not Like Us, and it was some crazy shit. Like I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize this, I didn't realize that. Like, so first of all, I'm put you. How many of y'all are familiar with the phrase "buzzing on the beat"?
I do.
I
saw the
mustard on the beat, but yeah.
Yes, it is mustard on the beat. So those of you who are listening who didn't know, it is not busting on the beat.
Yeah, it's mustard on the beat.
Busting on the beat. Oh, it's mustard on the beat.
Yeah.
Because it is DJ Mustard who's a producer, and that's his tagline. Just like DJ Khaled is always like, we the best music, or another one.
Yeah.
Those are his tags. Mustard, DJ Mustard is always mustard on the beat. So while I'm watching these reactors and like, DJ Mustard, you in this too? I'm like, who's DJ Mustard? And then literally, as soon as I say it, the very first line to Not Like Us, or after I See Dead People, the very first line is mustard on the beat. I'm like, that's what he says? Mustard on the beat? And he says it so quick. And like, Mustard has put out some fucking hot ass tracks, like for YG, for fucking 2 Chainz, like the list goes on and on. And I'm like, this whole time, it's funny if you've ever watched Blind Spot. Their fucking code word in one of the episodes is they're supposed to be busted on the beat because they didn't know he says mustard on the beat. And I was just like, what the fuck? It's fucking hilarious.
Drake had beef with Mustard, like the producer. That's why that's why Kendrick had him come up for the beat. Was because they had previously already had a beef. He was pulling up everybody that he could think of that had previous beef with Drake.
Metro Boomin too, another one who makes beats.
Boomin, yeah, Metro
told him to shut up and make some drums, and he did that. BBL Drizzy.
Drums ever.
Yeah.
Oh, before we go deeper, I'm gonna apologize, kinda, for everyone listening and everyone on the podcast. Y'all are gonna have to excuse my blackness because today is Juneteenth. And I don't give a fuck. So that naysayer coming out on me on this podcast. So just forewarned.
Everybody got their bean pie.
Yeah, man. Y'all just want a happy Juneteenth to all y'all, by the way. But we finna get in it. About to get real black on y'all. Yeah.
So. Well, I mean, this is the emancipation of Aubrey. Because he's been emancipated from the name of Drake. I'm just saying, he's gone. He's done. Go be free. Go be free, Aubrey. I'm just saying. So what? Hold on. We missed kind of something in the beginning of this podcast.
It's out paper. That's what it was.
No. So today, right before this podcast started airing, one of the reasons why we're kind of late is because Kendrick Lamar had pop out Ken and Friends. He had a 3-hour-long concert today. It was live on basically everywhere, but it was really on Prime Video.
Amazon Music.
So Amazon. And I watched all of Kendrick's set. And it was one of the best sets, hands down, I have ever fucking been witness to. He started with Euphoria and then just went from there. And we'll get to the end part, which is like the most epic part. Basically, Drake is done. Like, he cannot show his face in polite or impolite society again. Like, the guy, he just murdered this dude. He said, fuck diss tracks. Here's a diss concert. And he had the whole goddamn stadium singing Not Like Us for goddamn an hour. I'm just saying.
Pretty much. pretty much. And not
Well-
only that, well, we should get. Let me back it up before we even hit onto it. But like, Not Like Us was like, even though the Heart Part 6 dropped after it, like no one talks about it. Everyone's talking about Not Like Us. Like Blue was talking about how it's on the radio. It wasn't just that. It was like when it dropped, I didn't believe that like it was as popular as it was, but it was on the NBA playoffs.
Yep.
So when they were playing the playoffs, they were playing it during the commercial fucking break.
Bro,
Like what the fuck?
it is on
Prime time TV.
It's on heavy rotation on Sirius XM. When I went to go to Vegas, like every single fucking rap station, it was in the heaviest rotation. It was either Not Like Us or
Meet
what was the other one? No, not Meet the Grams. The one with Metro Boomin.
Oh, BBL Drizzy.
No, not
BBL
Drizzy.
No, you're talking
like
about
that.
Like that.
With
Yeah,
Future.
like that.
Yeah.
Heavy rotation. I didn't hear a single fucking Drake song.
I will say, after the "Hey There, Delilah" thing,
Yeah.
oh my god, that was so bad.
What was,
He
what
done
was that
retired.
about?
That was Drake's latest song was, I'm sorry, it's called One Gone Delilah, but it's a Hey There Delilah song.
Like
Was it?
remake,
Yeah.
but it's so bad.
It's so bad.
Wait, hold on.
Now it's getting neutralized.
That's because he didn't have his Ghostwriters anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Man. Hold on. So I've heard the one that I heard recently with Drake is it's Sexy Red
Yeah.
with him on it, and they use BBL Drizzy.
Yeah, no.
And he makes reference to his surgery or a surgery, quote unquote, and then he uses BBL Drizzy, and I'm like, dude, like I get it, kind of, but it's trash. The track is like Sexy Red. Like I don't really give a shit, but like that track in particular was utter garbage. And like Drake being on there, I thought he would save it. Like he doesn't. He makes it worse. I was dude, this is utter trash.
When I
But
heard
did he
when I
feel
heard
like
Meet
two
the
bad
Grams,
bitches?
Did he what?
But did he feel like it was two bad bitches?
Yeah, maybe he was twerking. Yeah, he's popping it, popping that ass in the
I
background.
Try
need
to
to
put
see that.
BBL
I
for
don't-
something good.
I don't need
Yeah,
to
but
see that. That's too
BBLs
much.
BBLs don't shake like that though. They shake like stones,
They-
like rocks or something like that.
They don't shake. They stay in one place. They just like
Yeah.
move up and down. There's no shake to it, unless you tell your doctor I need to shake. Then they'll put some shit, but it doesn't look right.
They got to mix some filler in with that concrete.
Blaster.
You know.
Yeah. Look at the Kardashians.
Just say, hey, you can just do fucking squats, yo. You can earn your ass. I'm just saying. Shit
Yeah,
hard.
squat. Yeah, they have squats. The row machine. They usually have row machines that are usually old as fuck. You can do the row. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, or just accept the body you got.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
Yeah.
you can do that too.
Body
Why don't you
positivity.
think-
Look at Prodigy's going fucking full Lizzo here.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Body
One
power.
interesting breakdown I saw about Kendrick Lamar's song was the word "wop" because that was Colonel's intro earlier was a wop 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 wop. Gotta fuck him up, and I guess wop isn't like wop wop, but it's like it's WOP, which means without papers,
Without
or
papers,
without
yes.
passport, which I
Oh,
guess
yeah,
is
there's
like
a
a
meaning
metaphor
behind
for
that.
somebody who isn't someone who doesn't belong. So since Drake is from Canada and he's trying to be black, whatever. He's just basically telling him that he shouldn't. He doesn't fucking belong, basically.
Yeah, there are so many like little things in his songs. So, like when he said he a fan. But most people
Oh, yeah.
understand like the next lyrics was freaky ass N word. That's like that's what he's talking about. Fan.
Freaky ass naysayer.
That's what he meant by fan.
Yeah. So another a WAP was actually a slur, a racial slur for Italians when they are migrating after World War II to the U.S.
Yep.
So because there's a lot of them that were just coming across, and so that was like usually like a slur. WAP, I guess WAP or WAP. You can pronounce WAP as WAP. But I mean,
that's a
we knew
different
what that was back in 2020. Yeah, we knew what that was back when Megan and
I mean,
Cardi
waffles
B.
and pancakes.
Yeah.
Waffles and pancakes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you,
Also,
sir. My daughter's on the podcast.
But we also know it's also 2D fighters. Usually when you are watching Batman, Batman has
Yeah.
a big wop when you punch him in the face. That's another thing too. So
I thought that was all it was. It
Yeah.
was just a sound
Sure.
effect.
yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah.
keep
It
thinking that.
It is like a sound effect, like for like punching somebody, because like
Yeah, it's Batman.
Yeah.
It's 1966 Batman.
Wop, wop,
So-
wop, wop.
Wop, bang, ding.
But here's the thing that I really love about the whole aspect of it. You couldn't get any bigger than Drake. And for those who still cling to this fucking weird ass narrative that, oh, the only reason why these Kendrick songs are fucking so popular is because he's talking about Drake and Drake is king. Whatever. Let me be very fucking clear on this again. Rick Ross did diss tracks. Pusha T did diss tracks. Megan Thee Stallion. Whole bunch of people have done diss tracks, and none of them hit like these.
Nope.
And there was a series of hits. You know what I mean? Like, usually, we said this before, like a few weeks back, diss tracks traditionally aren't very fucking popular. Not
only to like fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not like top of the Billboard charts, not top of Spotify,
See what it's like.
hundreds of millions on YouTube. This doesn't usually happen with diss tracks.
No.
Nothing like this.
I mean, Old Ninja Cole, I was a naysayer. I love the songs, but I was like, this shit ain't gonna fucking blow up. Like nobody likes rap battles. Meanwhile, this dude's stacking papers to fucking Mars.
Yeah, man. I mean, he had a
jumping to money like Scrooge McDuck.
I mean, he had a sold out concert in like his hometown, like, and everyone's waiting for it. So, other things that were in play also was like I said, like hip hop was not in the spotlight. Like it was all bullshit. And you put these two titans of hip hop and rap, and then all of a sudden everyone's talking about it. It's literally like Prodigy said. It's a month and a half later, or a month later, almost 2 months, and we're still talking about it.
Kendrick Lamar wouldn't agree with you on that because there's only one big big three, or however he said his song.
It's just Big
There's
Me.
no big three. There's only Big Me.
Then he calls him a bum.
Yeah, no, not that bomb.
I can't believe he called him a bum. Like it's like 3 times in the song. I was like, bruh.
Yeah, it's all bad. I mean, it's awesome. Just like him tearing down, like there's a part in Not Like Us where he talks about when I guess when Lil Wayne got locked up, Drake hooked up with this girl.
He did.
Like I was like, what the hell?
And people
like he tried to apologize.
The receipts are in Lil Wayne's songs.
Yeah,
like
man.
literally in Lil Wayne's songs.
So let me flip it though. Let me ask y'all something. Obviously, we saw this thing, this incredible concert with Kendrick and all the West Coast and all of that. Don't you think? Remember how we were talking about how nobody was defending Diddy, and like nobody was coming to him. The whole music industry who'd known him for like 40 years were just like, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that the Young Money crew and all these people that have had like tracks and albums and all this other stuff with Drake, you don't hear a whole lot of fucking public defending from the celebrity music culture with this man.
And to be super clear, Kendrick called out specific people in his song that defended Drake previously in the past, and they ain't said shit. They haven't said shit. No,
that's it.
Yeah,
I think they know.
J. Cole found out in 0.2 seconds that he didn't want it before his song even dropped, and he was like, "I'm sorry, I'm good." Like,
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, my bad. You know, I'm sorry. I'm not that kind of person. Get my ass kicked."
Going back to what I was talking about, the compilation, like the timeline not podcast. It's just a list. So I did not know that J. Cole dropped out at a concert.
Yeah.
He did this at a concert and told like all of his fans that what he did didn't feel, because I didn't understand the jokes about not feeling right in his heart, because people kept talking shit about that, and apparently he kept saying that. Well, I heard it. He says this to his fans. This doesn't feel right in my heart. I don't want to do this anymore. And then he praises Kendrick. He's like, how many of y'all think that Kendrick's one of the best rappers of all time, like one of the best of our generation? And like the whole crowd's like, yeah, they're all clapping and shit. He's like, yeah, he's all, peace and love. He's all, I don't want to be doing this kind of stuff. I want to do stuff that makes my heart feel good or whatever, or like kind of. Yep. Yeah, I was just like, and it's like a good 10-minute, like, I'm washing my hands of this, I'm out kind of thing.
I wonder if that wasn't referring to him not wanting beef with Kendrick and more not wanting to defend Drake.
He literally,
possible,
he did during that whole thing. He almost never mentions Drake. He mentions nothing but Kendrick and how he didn't feel like it felt right. And he also talks about how big Kendrick was and just like how great he was and all this kind of shit. And he just felt like what he did didn't feel what he wrote his first hit track. He said it didn't feel right. He said he just put it out there just to put it out there, and he said, it didn't feel right. So I was like, what? He does not mention Drake at all.
Lilith might be on to something though. I like that point, like, I think there's some truthiness there, you know. Again, I don't hear very many people who are credible and in the industry and been in the industry defending Drake. I think most people have wanted to call him out for being a slime ball on various issues for a long time, but were afraid to do so given his celebrity status. Some did. Pusha T did a while ago.
But
You know what I mean?
I think the people that hang out with Drake that are like made songs with Drake and that aren't saying anything now, I think they're all suspect, to be honest with you. I think they all have seen or done something with that dude.
Yep.
And now they're just like, oh, like someone else. It's the same thing with it's a Diddy complex. You know what I mean? Like
it's Diddy, it's R. Kelly, it's fucking Weinstein. Like all these artists that we've had come forward with all this allegation. A lot of it's fucking proof now of shit they done in the past. There's always other people with them.
Yeah.
Bill
Cosby.
I think the one that's probably in most question is Future, because Future, he had Kendrick on the like. No, Future got kicked. He got.
I mean, he definitely doesn't love the hoes, but he's definitely not gay.
Yeah, so
I thought Future was gay.
No, Future. He has Future he's got kids with Ciara and like half of like the R&B.
He's got kids with Ciara. I didn't know that shit. God damn.
Yeah, that's what. So his kid with Ciara is what people troll Russell Wilson about. Is that he's raising Future's kids? That's what he gets trolled about all because those kids aren't his.
Yep.
Them kids are Future's kids. So people get trolled by him a lot. And Future's got kids with like a bunch of R&B princesses or whatnot. So he be putting them. He's like Nick Cannon Part 2.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Or Elon Musk.
So,
it's not like they make a reference. One of the artists being like, he's got a weird case. Why is he around? I wonder if Drake only surrounds himself with people who have, some really suspicious shit going on, so that he can get the credibility of being friends with them as well, but they can't leave, or else he'll just air them out.
And plus Fall Guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
that also, but also just like in the song you mentioned, Kendrick calls out saying you get Drake's hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
So the ones that he passes on to his crew, to the OVO crew. So
that's classic. Again, I don't know these people. We're going by what Kendrick said in the songs, but it seems to have some truthfulness to it. It's classic abusive ass bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna surround myself with Fall Guys, as Kronos mentioned, and maybe they'll take more of the heat, or birds of a feather flock together, because it's just not a good look. And we're all singing along and dancing along to it because there's been weird stuff for at least half a decade, if not a full decade, with Drizzy.
Full decade.
I mean,
because someone broke it down, they pointed out to when before he dated Rihanna, kind of shit.
Oh, dude, he had been thirsty for Rihanna, but no, he actually dated because I think Pusha T talked about this, that he was dating what's Justin Timberlake? Justin Bieber's wife's name, Hailey Bieber. Well, that's her name now, but he knew her when she was like 13, 14, and they got together when they were 18. So people were basically saying that he was grooming her. Like once she turned 18, they got together, and that's fucking gross, basically. But it also comes down to, or also what he did with like Millie Bobby Brown. Like he was like texting her like "I love you" and like giving her dating advice and stuff like that. It's like, dude, that's a fucking child. So the fact that she went out public and said that just adds to the sus of it all.
Well, she says it in public multiple times. But go ahead, Lily.
And it's wild that Drake brought up Millie when no one else did.
Yeah. That's real sus. Actually, it's beyond sus. I mean, it's like, you're gross.
Oh, so I have brought it up in the podcast that I thought Kendrick brought it up, but he was talking about Bobby Brown and Whitney, not Millie Bobby Brown. So I misinterpreted that one.
He was
but also,
projecting.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So here's the thing. This is what fucked me up, and not like us. So Kendrick says he's passing on his body like I'm John Stockton, and I'm just like, okay, that's dope. And then like when you go deeper, John Stockton's partner in crime was Karl Malone. Now,
Yep.
Karl Malone, I remember was like he was controversial, but at the time I didn't really know why. Come to find out,
He was a big hoe.
apparently everyone knew this, but he got a 13-year-old girl pregnant when he was 20.
Yep. In the
And
league.
no one
In the league.
in the league, and he did not face prosecution. He did not get statutory rape allegations or prosecution. He never went to court. In fact, that kid is grown now. That kid has played on 2 NFL teams as of now, and I think he's retired out of the league. But that kid, back then, Karl Malone did not face statutory. One, he didn't have. I guess people called him out, but he didn't see court. He didn't see inside the court or a jail cell. Nothing. But he kept getting ridiculed about hooking up with a 13-year-old girl when he was 20 years old.
Not to give an excuse for Karl Malone, but Karl Malone basically fucked everybody. And he was known for fucking everybody.
Yeah.
I thought that was Will Chamberlain.
Oh, I guess. I mean,
Yep.
Was it both of them?
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Elvis did the same shit.
Yeah.
So, and he's still, beloved, which is just further proof of if you're famous enough.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. If you're famous enough, you'll have groupies.
And it's not even like Elvis had a lot of money. Like he didn't have a lot of money. He just had a gambling addiction. So he's blowing all of his money any chance that he got, so he couldn't really pay off on those cases.
Don't forget the drugs. The drugs.
And ripping off black artists, but
Mm-hmm.
He was broke as shit, so couldn't. It's not even like, oh, just the rich get away with everything, because, well, they do. But if you're famous enough, as long as you're pretty famous, nobody cares.
I feel like Kendrick Lamar took a page out of Black Dynamite when he comes up with the discovery for Little Richard. He's like, he's all like the South American anaconda, and what is that? Anaconda malt liquor, and what is the slogan for anaconda malt liquor? Then he'll give you a Little Richard.
Yeah,
like that's the whole fact that he's like breaking stuff down and like everything's kind of encrypted, but everything just kind of leads to the fucking answer at the end.
Also, I feel like I feel like Kendrick Lamar threw the boomerang before he even walked in the room.
Yep.
I'm just saying, if y'all watch Black Dynamite,
That's wild as shit, man.
But the greatest thing is though, you have literal like teenagers, junior high school, 5th graders, 6th graders, breaking down goddamn lyrics. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and that's
literally
that age bracket you're talking about is literally Drake's people.
Yeah.
He's out there buying them cookies and ice cream and shit.
Kendrick should come out with a book that is just this like section of diss tracks with just 1,000,001 asterisks.
Yep.
So he can explain what all of this stuff means.
Yeah.
Because that's
He
the thing with
might.
Kendrick is he makes a lot of music where you have to know a lot about it in that community to actually understand. Like the beats are great, the songs are great, but to fully understand the music, you have to like do research.
Well, and this is what you're explaining is literally the problem with Drake, is because Drake doesn't really understand black culture, and Kendrick Lamar does. So when he said "I'm with the culture feeling," like he's legit, and like you're right. There's a lot of references that you're not gonna get if you never went to a black church, or you never had or were around a bunch of like black family members, or you never had somebody that went to fucking jail or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stuff that you're gonna miss.
Or been stopped by the police just as we say on Juneteenth, either driving while black or walking while black, because that's happened to me, and laughing while black. If y'all remember the Napa case on the train where they're laughing too hard, laughing too loud, so they're asked to get off.
Or chilling
kind of
while black, like the guys at Starbucks. They were just hanging out.
That was in Philly.
But the other thing that's real interesting to me, yes, there's some very universal things about Black American culture.
Yes,
but I love the line in the sand that Kendrick like amplified about the fact that, hey, don't forget Canada is an entirely different country with different history, with different rules, with different cultural stuff going on, with different fucking weird ass accents and Crody and bullshit.
And like Delilah songs.
Yeah,
Brody.
Like, and if you think about it prior to this, there's just no fucking way you could have told me in like, I don't know, 92, 98, 03, that a Canadian was going to dominate hip hop. You know what I mean? Like,
Hip hop,
You
especially.
would
Yeah.
have thought that was the
Pop.
craziest thing ever.
Well, but it's also he's like this is the weird thing about Drake is that I consider him kind of more pop than hip hop.
Yeah, same here.
Even though he's put on hip hop charts, but he's really a pop artist and a scam artist.
Correct.
But
Master manipulator.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
We're gonna do all
I
the
mean,
lyrics.
What's he say? You do music to pacify them.
Yeah.
I do music to electrify.
So we're low key doing the entire Euphoria song
Yeah.
sprinkled out throughout the whole podcast.
Yeah.
But you put together like a
Shit, man.
jigsaw puzzle.
One thing you didn't know that the reason why the album or the song was called Euphoria is because Drake is one of the producers on the HBO show Euphoria, which has Zendaya, which is from Oakland.
Yeah, but it's also
Zendaya from Oakland.
little kids doing grown
also
shit.
someone else.
That's
Yeah.
that's what they do. And that's
Absolutely
what he
going
does too.
I do
Dude,
find
that's
it
what
ironic.
Damn.
That's what
I
the show's
know-
about.
I know Blue watched Euphoria. I don't know
Oh,
about
yeah.
everybody else, but I
Mm-mm.
find it ironic because of the Dad and Jules
Oh, right.
that Drake is a producer on it,
Mm.
Yeah,
and then
that-
like everything else.
that's interesting that you bring that up. So if you guys didn't know that the dad on the show ends up having sex with the underage
Oh. Well,
girl, trans, yeah,
Friends.
and it's not he's not very nice about it, and it's
He
all
records
kind of
it.
bad.
God
Yeah,
damn.
he records all of his interactions. He's basically a closet gay person. Yeah.
Well, it's not even. He doesn't. He records every like instance of
His sexual
the actor
encounters.
Intercourse?
not
No,
being
it's a
faithful.
little bit.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh, adultery?
Thank you. He records every instance of adultery that he has, and he has floppy disks. Like that's still a
Floppy
thing.
disks?
He has like a
No.
like a filing
3.5.
cabinet of floppy disks,
How the-
and his
how the
son
fuck-
finds them.
Bro, you know how hard it is to find a 5 1/4 disk drive
It is not hard.
nowadays?
it's not hard.
I don't know anyone that
But also
even has
that's-
one that works.
If you have extra floppy disks, you have a terrible fucking video quality. I'm just saying. Because
Yeah.
them shits don't hold
I mean,
much.
They're on CD quality. They're on
Yeah,
CDs.
I'll say this: if you have a 5 1/4 disk drive that actually reads the magnetic fucking strip, like bravo.
Maybe that's
Is that-
hold on. Maybe that's how fast he is. Just literally like 3 seconds. Done. But also that's gross. I'm just saying.
Damn.
But it's
One thing-
every instance of adultery that he's had has all been with underage
Oh,
people.
yeah. Fuck
Ooh.
that. That's
So
gross.
it's just like a filing cabinet full of pedophilic and gross ass
Wow.
behavior.
Jesus Christ.
That show's really good though. Like,
Oh, okay,
Tip.
Blue.
Follow
Yeah,
up.
but put it
Follow
that
up.
sounds great.
no.
It
That's
is
Yeah,
really
sounds
messed up.
amazing.
That part's
It is
horrible.
really messed up.
That part's horrible. That's the crazy part. Like even him when he beats his son and stuff like that. That part's really bad too.
Yeah,
but like
okay.
Zendaya does like an amazing job on that
I want
show.
to watch this less and
I'm
less.
And
Yeah,
the
I'm
drug dealer.
sorry.
I love the drug dealer guy. That guy's fucking dope. He's such a
Does
chill
he
drug
shoot
dealer
kids up
who-
with fucking cocaine and make them die? I mean, is that we're
No,
going
he does
here?
not.
Jesus Christ.
He actually looks out for the little people.
Oh, okay.
Like his little brother.
I bet you he does through his little fucking
little
Zoom
brother's a
camera.
dealer.
Yeah, his little brother's even a drug dealer.
All right.
You know,
Just-
the actor Fesco, or the actor that plays Fesco, Augustus
Oh
Cloud,
yeah.
he
He passed
died
away.
last year. or the year
We talked
before.
about it. Yeah, because that was like his only role. It's funny to me, but he looks a lot like Mac Miller.
Yeah, he
Oh, yeah.
does.
A lot. Even though it wasn't him, but
One of my favorite fan thing that happened with the whole Drake Kendrick Lamar diss track was that somebody made a Kid Bop version of Not Like Us, and the
Mm.
lyrics to it, it's just fucking genius. Like it's something for a second I thought Kid Bop really dropped a track. I was like, whoa, this is next level stuff. But like
Well,
the
keep-
lyrics on there are fucking hilarious.
keep on the
Stuff
subject.
that kids would probably say.
I'll be right back. Keep on
Maybe
the
now
subject, though.
Kendrick will listen to it, or maybe now Drake will listen to it
Yeah,
with his
yeah.
son.
he's probably heard it already. I didn't even know he dropped a new
Fuck,
track.
fuck,
I just
fuck.
heard this shit, Sexy Red, and it was trash, and they still play it. It's very weird to me because I'm like, dude, this is not hitting right. Like Sexy Red, whatever made her famous. I hope her other tracks are better, but the one that's playing now is not good.
Here's what you got to remember.
Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches.
Here's what you got to
Every time I hear Sexy Red now, that's the line I think of.
Of course.
Mm.
But here's what you got to remember, man. Tribe Called Quest told us this in the early 90s. The record company industry is fucking shady. And they'll promote anything no matter what how fucking terrible the trash quality is. they're trying to revive this guy's career because Drake makes people a lot of money in the music industry, regardless of quality, regardless how much you like him or don't like him or whatever. Ghostwriters. He's made the music industry, his record label, billions of dollars. They're going to try to salvage his fucking career. The problem is the entire cultural zeitgeist of the country, regardless of your age, nationality, ethnicity, whatever the fuck you claim to be, you don't really trust this man. You don't want nothing to do with it. It's hard to listen to his old songs that you may have even liked. You don't want to listen to Hotline Bling like you did before.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's just I look at it in a different perspective. That's 100%. I mean, that is totally different. But like, it's just weird because now, because of this, I'm hearing more Kendrick on the radio. Like they're playing a lot more of his stuff now. Before it was always Drake. Like it was using artists that feature Drake, but now it's mostly artists that feature Kendrick or Kendrick like fucking songs.
But let me be really, really clear on this one. And if you rewind the tape on this podcast has given Kendrick props for years and years and years. Let's be real. Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City,
Mr. Morale.
We fucked with Kendrick prior to this. There are some
But
hold on. I'm just saying there were some people that this was their actual introduction. They didn't know who Kendrick was.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. And if you didn't, I mean, you're late to the party, but I'm glad you're here. You know what I mean? Go back and listen to some of his fucking classic albums and tracks and shit. But
you know what's interesting?
Don't act like Kendrick ain't been out in these streets for a smooth ass decade.
It's two decades.
Is it 2 decades?
No, he's been around since 2000.
Something I was just thinking of is that Kendrick Lamar he's laid tracks on two of the most popular blockbuster movies of all time, and that's Black Panther, or not Black Panther.
Yes.
Black Panther and Enter the Spider-Verse. Like both of those movies, black movies. On top of that, just the soundtrack on those were just fucking bangers, like from the beginning to the end.
And I can't now. I'm even because we talked about this earlier it was either early this year or late last year. But he's working with the South Park creators to create something. Yeah, they won't really talk about it. Now I'm even more curious to know what the fuck they got cooking up over there. Because you already know it's gonna be crazy. Just some crazy amalgam of just who knows what. Who knows what the fuck is going on.
Let me get back to the concert real quick though. The pop out because
we haven't even started.
We barely even started. Like we just talked about Euphoria and then that was it. Because that's a great song.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was the start of the fucking concert. All right, the second song I think was DNA. And then there's a couple other songs. And then J-Rock came out with Win, which is one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite rap songs of all time. It's a great song. It was also the intro to Blackish, I think it was. Black as Fuck.
Yeah.
Great intro song. Fucking Schoolboy Q came out. I was like, damn, because I used to, the first song I heard from Kendrick Lamar was the one that sampled Poetic Justice. It was called Poetic Justice.
It's called Poetic Justice.
And I wasn't really feeling it because I was like, I was kind of off put by heavy sampling because of Kanye West at the time, because he heavily sampled like a lot of stuff. To me, it became very repetitive. But then GTA 5 came out, and that Schoolboy Q song came out. Forget the fucking name of the song. But I know the beat though.
Yeah, it's not Hell of a Night, is it? No. He had another one. Hell of a Night's a fucking dope ass song.
Forget the name of the song. But anyway,
What did Just featured Drake?
It did.
Did it? Oh, maybe that's why I didn't like it. I'm just but yeah, so
Poetic Justice?
Yeah.
Oh, it features Drake. I don't remember Future on there. Maybe there's a remix from Future.
I'm just saying it was featuring Drake.
Yeah, featured.
Oh yeah. 100%. It's Drake and Kendrick.
So yeah,
the Q-Boy song, Man of the Year, right?
No, it wasn't Man of the Year. It's a fucking other song. It was on the GTA 5 soundtrack.
What?
Definitely wasn't Man of the Year, but I love that song too. Like Schoolboy Q, he just had a Blue Lips album just dropped earlier this year, right before the fucking whole Drake beef thing happened. It's a great album though, so go back and listen to it if you get a chance. And then I think someone else came out, and then fucking Dr. Dre came out.
Jesus.
I was like, what the fuck, Dr. Dre? This dude's pushing fucking almost 60 years old, and he came out.
I think he got Ice Cube out.
Oh,
I think his son came out.
Gasoline, right?
So the song you're looking for is Collard Greens.
Yeah, collard greens. Thank you.
Oh,
That's the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doon doon doon. I'm not gonna do the fucking
Yeah.
stupid shit.
I
Yeah,
forgot about that song. Yeah.
great song. But yeah, so Dr. Dre came out and did a couple of songs,
That's
and
cool.
then at the end of that, Dr. Dre's going off into the sunset, and then Kendrick calls him back, and then Dr. Dre goes, "Shh, I see dead people," and then, bruh, oh my god, this is like, they basically stomped on Aubrey's fucking grave
It's
for
fake.
a solid 45 fucking minutes.
Didn't they actually do that? Like didn't they have like kids and shit?
They had everybody was up on that fucking stage, bro. And it was,
Yeah,
they
it's
played this
fucking crazy.
song so many goddamn times. You would have thought it would have been like, you would have got tired of it, but you didn't.
Nope.
Nope.
But you didn't.
Nope.
They had people
So-
screaming out the lyrics, man.
Yeah. So the thing was, he did the song, and he stops at the part where he says A minor,
Yeah.
and he just let the crowd just hold it, and the crowd just kept going.
It was for a
and
while.
until they start clapping. They literally ran out of breath and started clapping, and then he just like let it slide, and he fucking started the song again, and we're like, what the fuck? And he just did it, and he did it again. He did the same little dance, and he stopped at when they said A minor. And then he did it a fucking third, fourth time, and then he actually did the actual song. And then he did it himself. And then he did the song again. This time he had like half the NBA showed up. Like Russell Westbrook came up, like fucking like half the Lakers showed up. People from like basically is it's like Compton All Stars. Like there's a bunch of people that came out that were from Compton that came on the fucking stage. It was like fucking crazy. Like most of them were NBA players. LeBron James was in the crowd.
Yep.
Like he was like near the stage. It was like fucking crazy. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? He like
told LeBron
performed the
to
song.
keep the family away.
So again?
Yeah, it's crazy. So
Wait, hold on. What'd you say?
LeBron James.
He said he told LeBron to keep the family away, so he went to the concert.
Oh, yeah.
that's all bad. So then and then Kendrick was like, he like lets the crowd just go crazy, and they get a little quiet, and then he basically asked them, you want to do it again? They renounced I felt like I'm at home watching this shit on fucking Twitch, and I can feel my TV shake with the response of them wanting him to do it again. So he said, let's run it. And he did it again. Like, what the fuck?
Hold on, I feel
Wait,
like,
he did
hold
it-
on.
Crazy.
We broke a rule on the podcast. So normally we have a 48-hour rule, but we'll just let it slide for this one. So sorry.
Yeah.
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
I
This is
mean,
breaking news.
yeah, spoiler. Yeah. Well, so hold on. We did not talk about the openers because the openers were all fucking hitters.
Yeah.
Like people that I did not speak on. So we can let them have that. There you go.
Yeah.
So the openers, I will say this, were fire as they're like well-known artists, fire ass artists. And if you know they're from LA, Compton, they're probably there opening for
Wait.
Kendrick.
Kind of jump back to Drake. Did he moved all of his songs, right? Did he move all of his like diss songs that he had, I guess, posted on like his Instagram and
He
like other
removed-
stuff, right?
You removed
No,
at
he
least
removed
one.
Mm-hmm. He removed Heart Part 6. He took
Yeah.
it down.
I,
Those are
yeah,
crap.
I heard it was all of them after that, but I
Probably.
I mean,
be
hey,
sure.
I heard he's gonna have a country album coming out. That's from I stole it from Patrick, who listens to the podcast friend of mine.
Oh, damn.
He said that to me. 2025.
He-
Drake.
He
Drake
did be like
country.
Machine Gun Kelly, just changed gender.
Yeah, no.
he
Genres.
might change gender.
Genres.
You never know.
I'm saying this. Next year, we will not hear from Drake. We will hear from Aubrey Graham and his new movie, whatever the fuck comes out. Probably Euphoria, the movie.
I think
He's
he's
Aubrey
gonna learn how to
again.
play the guitar. I'm just saying, little. You
Yeah,
know.
some shit like that. He'll be doing a adult contemporary music, and Drake will not be heard from again. We'll hear from Aubrey Graham.
What are you doing?
But not
He,
Drake.
he is not going to do adult contemporary. He's going to do kids bop. That's his.
Oh,
That's his
Wow.
demographic.
Damn.
you know
Ouch.
the saddest thing is, I mean, one of the saddest things. You could look back on Drake's entire career, and you could do it like a best of just him singing, like
Yeah.
keep the rapping away. His R&B tracks were, for their time, really, really good. You could try to go back to some of that, but the whole rapping stuff, it's tainted. It really is at this point, man. I'm just saying. We'll
Yeah.
see.
But Drake,
I
but
mean,
Drake can't listen to his songs over and over again. Because whenever he drops a song that gets really popular and it's really good, everybody plays it nonstop, and so you get exhausted from that song and never want to hear it again.
Yep.
But when it comes to Kendrick songs, you have to think so much with every time you hear it that it feels like a song every time, so it stays a good song.
Well,
yeah.
that's a difference between like a pop artist and an actual lyricist. So that's people don't seem to understand. Like I talked about before on the podcast is like Kendrick Lamar is one of the best lyricists of all time, and Aubrey Graham is one of the greatest pop stars of all time. I mean, his record sales cannot deny this. Record sales alone.
Yeah, but he's not outdoing Taylor Swift. I'm sorry.
I mean, he's up there though. He's up there.
He's up there, but he's not. He ain't got her numbers.
He's
I
way
mean,
up there.
he probably had her number when she was underage.
Yeah, he's up there, but he's not passing. Like he even talks about how he moves his album release date because of Taylor Swift, and because you put them together, she outsells him.
I'm sure. Yeah,
she outsells everybody.
Yeah, all of that's fine and dandy, but it's not really about just your record sales.
Yeah,
it's truly about whether your peers and your fans actually, and music fans in general, respect what you're doing. And right now, there is very little respect for Drake, not even just as a music artist, as a man, as a person. That's changed. Like there's been this cultural. Yeah, there's been this cultural shift that we're just fucking. I mean, and we're talking about it, but it's a huge schism. You know what I mean? In terms of what you thought prior to Kendrick, for some people, and what you thought afterwards. And what you think right now.
I feel like the fans that are still Drake fans, I feel like they're like the anti-vax people when COVID came around.
Yeah.
Like that's what they really remind me of like it's like I don't believe it even happened. Let's get some hydroxychloroquine, some fucking UV light in our veins. We're still good.
But I think all of these celebrities like that, I guess, get big to a certain point, and then all these allegations or the truth comes out. Like there's always that fans that don't believe it, because even like with R. Kelly, like there's still people bumping his music, even though that dude's like it's been proven over and over again that he was into an underage.
On the radio, I skip certain artists: R. Kelly, Chris Brown, and pretty much every Drake song now. And there's probably another one in there too.
P. Diddy.
No, actually, yeah, P. Diddy too. He's not. You can't even find anyone. But yeah, I literally will change the fucking station if I hear those songs now.
Unfortunate too, because R. Kelly had really good songs.
No, he did.
Yeah, but
he did have really good songs, but it's all bad.
Ma'am, hold on. I gotta make a point to my daughter here. Listen to some of the lyrics of his songs in context. All right. Yeah. Listen to "Bump and Grind" in context.
I'm not defending. I'm saying like songs are good, but he's a pice of shit person.
Yeah, well, the lyrics
though. I agree with skipping the songs.
The lyrics in context.
That a shitty person make good songs.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the lyrics in context are beyond fucking super gross.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it took literal decades with Kelly being this huge star for folks to, and obviously convictions and whatnot, for folks to finally like. In general, most people say, hey, this is a sick motherfucker. Fuck this dude forever. There were people singing along to 6 or 7 albums after fucking DVD videos of the underage.
Yeah. Yep.
Bro.
Yeah, but people still OJ, and he wrote a book saying, if I did it.
This is true.
Well, I mean, these are people that they have very low morals. This is what I think about when I think about like, especially like all these gross people that we're talking about. It's like if one of these dudes did something like to like one of my daughters, like I'm not a violent man, but I'm just saying.
We talk to people out daily. Man.
I do, but I don't like hurting people. Like you can talk to anybody, anybody I roll with. I don't like hurting people like at all. But there's a line. If you cross that line, you got
to do what you got to do.
What's crazy with the whole R. Kelly thing is that,
especially with your kinfolk. So
yeah,
with the whole R. Kelly thing, it was crazy because like back when we were younger, like it almost felt like an urban legend that everybody heard that. Oh yeah, he was married to Aaliyah and she was underage and blah blah blah. And you're like, no, that's just a rumor. That's a rumor.
So
that shit was 100% factual.
Yeah,
it's not.
No, so
thing though. it's not gonna make sense to someone like Lilith's age for the most part. This is no discrimination against you at all. But imagine no fucking internet. So, and you just hear some shit that sounds wild as fuck on maybe the radio, but it sounds like some rumor bullshit. There's no way to prove this shit at all. You know what I mean? So we all heard this rumor about him marrying Aaliyah, and we kind of all laughed it off.
Well, and it's also at the time though, we weren't sure how old either of them were, and there was and that's the other thing. There was no way to prove it at the time. Like I had no idea how old R. Kelly was at the time, or how old Aaliyah was. Like I was pretty sure she's around my age, but R. Kelly, I was like, maybe he's in like his teenage years. I don't fucking know.
No,
I felt like I knew Kelly. He might have been in his early 20s, but I knew he was a grown.
Yeah, I knew he was a grown man.
He definitely was a grown man. So what got me? What got me was Prodigy. Well, it's actually Mishka's friend. I believe is your son's godmother. She used to work at the Shoreline, and she told stories. She had stories, and one of the stories was about R. Kelly, and it like seemed to confirm what we already knew. And she witnessed this with her own fucking eyes, and she's just like,
Yeah.
And like he had people protecting him.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? She said, I think that's what had her quit from that job. It's just like,
I know exactly.
I ain't doing that. I remember hearing this story. And I was like, oh my god.
See, that's the thing. The music industry, like people in the music industry and who are
the entertainment industry.
Yeah,
it's the whole thing.
Entertainment, like they see shit and look the other way depending on the
100%.
of said person all the fucking time. And the other thing is when you try to defend these people, you and me and whatnot, we don't know these people. We don't know how they really get down. Like
and it's hard to get the public behind someone. So like if you have like a huge titan of a star, for example, Kevin Spacey. Like a lot of people love this dude, and like when he got outed, like because there was another actor, Anthony Rapp, when he pointed fingers, he's like, "Yeah, I got used at one of Bryan Singer's parties, and Kevin Spacey was there, and Kevin Spacey kind of did this to me," and he was so like Kevin Spacey was like, "Oh, I might have done this."
You know what's crazy?
He was so out of his mind or whatever, he didn't remember.
I saw literally like a month or two ago. Kevin Spacey is back on the podcast like circuit. He was on Lex Friedman's fucking podcast. I was like, this guy ripped an underage dude. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
So I know he's been kind of in the circuit, but apparently he's in Britain or something. He's not in the States apparently.
He was definitely in fucking Texas.
So I've heard he's been hitting circuits like being like via Zoom and shit.
Hold on, he was in studio or he was virtual?
I'm pretty sure he was in studio. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I could have sworn that he's been doing virtual shit. So
either way, like I would not have that fucking guy on the podcast. Like, what the fuck?
True, very true.
Doesn't make it.
I mean,
doesn't.
But like I said, like you have Kevin Spacey, multi-Oscar winner, huge following. His show at the time, House of Cards, was huge, and to have these allegations come out, which was basically career-ending, like it's hard to get the public behind that kind of stuff. But when the court case came out, oh boy, he dropped a lot of followers, even though he was found not guilty. Excuse me, but the damage alone is done.
It looks like he's in studio, but I can't. I mean, I'm not gonna click on the video, but I'm pretty sure he's in studio.
He also came out as gay after all the allegations came forward.
Yeah,
Kevin Spacey. He came out and said he was gay, and it's like, okay, I feel like you're kind of admitting that you did do what's being allegated.
He said he might have done something, and then he came out as gay. I'm like, dude, you being gay, that doesn't mean anything. The fact that you were trying to fondle underage boys, that's the problem. I don't give a fuck about you being gay. I give a fuck about you being at these like gangbang parties with underage boys, like Bryan Singer, who no one's heard from since he got outed out of Hollywood, was having like these little fucking gay orgy parties.
It amazes me how much people just don't think that pretty privilege is a thing when all of that shit can go on. And like a lot of like stuff that P. Diddy did and like Chris Brown and evidently Kevin Spacey, I didn't know about that. A lot of that stuff, and then like nobody believed them at first. everybody believed the Dan Snyder shit immediately.
Well, I'm not sure if it's pretty because P Diddy's ugly than a motherfucker, to be honest. But I think it just comes down to money and power. What it.
Yeah,
what it
I think-
really
Dan
is. 'Cause
Snyder had a
Dan
lot of
Snyder-
power, but everybody immediately believed that he was doing all that stuff. The
Yeah.
second that they, brought up even the slightest mention, they're like, "Oh yeah, I would totally believe that Dan Snyder did that." When, other people who are more conventionally attractive have gotten away with way worse. But since he's not conventionally attractive, I'm not saying that anything they did was right. He's a piece of shit. But a lot of people got away with a lot worse because they were not necessarily specifically because they were more conventionally attractive, but that definitely had a role to play, and
Well-
people just don't believe that.
Well, I think there's like I believe what you're saying, but I think there's like a graph, like a weight, right? So yes, there's pretty privilege, but there's also like the money privilege. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you tell me that Harvey Weinstein is fine as fuck, I'm gonna call you a liar. So Harvey Weinstein had a lot of money, and so did Bill Cosby. He had a lot of money. I wouldn't say that guy was traditionally any sorts of attractive. And a bunch of other people that that did some really gross things, but they had a lot of money and a lot of power. So yeah, and usually like the ones that have like what you would consider to say pretty privilege, they get abused by people that have money and power more often than not. Like a lot of these women that were in Hollywood that were fine as fuck got abused by some fucking trolls, like some troll looking dudes.
Yeah,
Because they have money and power. Like, you want this role? You want some millions of dollars? Okay, well, come do this behind wherever.
There
Yeah.
are also
Chris Brown.
Huh?
it also
Actually,
goes
jack
the
off-
other way.
Chris Brown?
Like, look at Chris Brown. He confirmed, like, there was a shit ton of proof of the stuff that he did
Oh, yeah.
to Rihanna, to
For
other
sure.
people.
Like-
But yet he's still selling out shows.
Yeah, that's another guy. Yeah, I don't listen to his shit at all. Like,
Yeah, another guy. I don't know if y'all remember Army Hammer.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that
Yeah,
dude?
yeah.
Because he
Like
was
the
like
Washington
talking about because.
no. There's an actual person's name.
Yeah, his name is. He has he's Army Hammer. He's an actor. He was like a huge actor. He was like the up and coming action star. And then like a bunch of women were coming out saying that he was just doing like they had teeth marks, his teeth marks on their body because he was
I
like
remember that.
biting on them. He was like he cut the flesh off of some chick. Like they're
he,
saying
like,
they
ate
called him a cannibal. Yeah, apparently he might have he allegedly ate her like skin or flesh, but he's not around because he was under investigation. I think he might be still waiting on a court date, maybe. But he's not around because he did some shit.
The one that really fucked me up in terms of maybe to your point, Lilith, because I would assume that this guy in his heyday was seen as an attractive movie star or whatever, but James Franco was
Yeah.
big time he was in the Spider-Man movies, he was in Pineapple Express, The Interview. He was a household A-lister name doing a whole bunch of especially Seth Rogen type movies and comedies and shit. When that shit came out about basically him having some kind of sex up, like come be an actress or learn acting skills while
he was a teacher at a college and he used them to have like sex with them and or orgies.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wasn't that a plot of one of the movies he was in?
It could have
No,
been.
well, it could have been. But he did that. In real life. That's why you
Hashtag method actor. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so that's why you don't see James Franco in a lot of shit is because he had to face trial about these allegations for multiple women about grooming and him having. So one, as a teacher, you're not supposed to have sex with your students, and he did apparently a few of them. So
Yeah, I think it, but I don't want to make it sound like he was teaching at NYU or something like that. I think it was one of those shady things of like you could be an actress too if you just.
He taught at an actual college.
God, the more
here,
I am slowly realizing I don't know shit about the
I'll
entertainment.
give you the college name. Hang on.
I thought it was some shady fly by night bullshit too.
No, he literally had. So he was like an associate, not an actual like professor. He was like an associate. So basically, when I went to college,
the art of
we had people that were in the industry come and teach a class. They would be part of the curriculum, but they were not a full-on a tenured professor.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the entertainment industry.
You don't want to.
I don't know anything about James Franco.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, you're on a podcast, so this is entertainment to somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody, just one person. I'm just saying.
I would have who had the first scandal on the podcast. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Drunk Blue does a lot.
All
Of
right, let's
Yeah,
can we
should
segue
switch
away from
Get some games on.
hold on, just before we get to the games, have y'all heard
one
of the
quick thing.
sir?
Did I mention on the
I was literally in the middle of what I was saying. What the fuck, man?
Kind of jump back to the Bill Cosby thing. Did you
Okay,
guys see Eddie
let's do
Murphy's
that.
monologue? Well, just one quick look. Eddie Murphy did a monologue on SNL where he talked about how, like, if you'd have told him back in the 80s that Eddie Murphy would be a family man and Bill Cosby will be in prison, he would have punched you in the face.
Yeah.
That's literally what's going on right now, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, Bill Cosby basically tried to bury,
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, like before his career
Tried to
really
kill his
started
career,
because he cursed too much. Meanwhile, this dude
Holy
was
shit.
raping chicks on Quaaludes, so you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very-
So you are partially right. Roger, you called out he was teaching at NYU. It was NYU's School of Arts because he taught a third-year graduate class there.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, Cones.
All right. I'm gonna try and skirt some things because my daughter's on, but I'm gonna talk about something kind of gross, probably to you. Have y'all heard of the Hawk Tua chick?
Yes,
yeah.
I have.
Oh my god! I literally found out about her yesterday, and everything I see today on every social media platform, she is there. They've made fucking remixes, music videos, fucking cartoons, she's fucking everywhere.
Hold on, let me see if I can get like a
Overnight.
Let me see if I can get a soundbite real quick. Let me this is probably like a remix of it. Give me a second here. I got it.
Oh my god! Yeah, I've heard.
Did it edit?
Hold on. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but hold on. I'm gonna unmute something. I'm gonna play it now. If you got just count for 20 seconds if you can't hear it, okay?
Yeah. Playing?
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
Don't hear nothing.
All right. I just played it for a couple seconds, but yeah, it's the Hawk Tua. You got spit on that thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The girl's being
yeah.
interviewed.
So okay. Yeah. So we'll set it up real quick. So it's like one of those street interviews. I'm sure everyone's seen it, where someone has their phone and they're, "What would you do about this? What's your body count? Would you answer blah blah blah?" One guy asked a young lady in some downtown somewhere, like, "But what do you do to keep a man, or how do you keep a man happy, or whatever, something like that?" And
Yeah.
she basically says, "You got to spit on that thing."
Hawk
she does the whole
Tua.
action.
She does the Hawk Tua.
It's like
Yeah, I was just like, what?
I'm sorry.
What?
Is that the sound she makes, or she says those
Yeah.
words?
literally the words Hawk
Yes.
Tua, because
And
you
the
know
sound,
that's like
yeah.
the, you know.
When you're hawking a loogie, she literally makes the sound when you hawk a loogie, and she
Wait.
does it.
Can
Hold
I just give a? All right, so there's the difference between spit and then like from the back of your throat like a loogie. The Hawk
Yeah,
Tua is
man.
like from the back of your throat, like you probably giving me extra viruses right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, shit.
You
Oh,
get
sorry,
that 99.
and this is why I'm single, y'all.
Yeah.
Did she like like
Yes, she did.
not rock it like really?
Oh yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Really?
You need to see this.
She does it to answer the question, so she mimics
Yeah.
the sound.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
And the internet,
And she's-
the internet's been
And
trying to
she's
find
been
this
made
girl.
famous. She's been everywhere. Like there's an EDM track. There's a fucking hip hop track. There's fucking animations. Like it keeps popping up. Like I can't open something with her not being fucking there. I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Lilith, what did you say?
I immediately forgot.
Sorry, it was like we were just talking.
Oh. I wonder if she audibly like makes that sound every time.
Maybe
like-
she does. Maybe she's the Hawk
Every
Tua
time.
chick. I'm just saying.
I love it.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is that the internet's trying to find this girl and they can't find her.
The internet,
they
the
found her?
internet, they will find her.
No, so there's one girl who looked just like her, and she she doesn't speak like her because I think the girl who says it, she's like
She's Southern,
she's from
I'm
the
pretty
South.
sure.
Good
Yeah.
accent.
And
good
there's
accent.
some girl who's like British, and she's like, that's not me. Like, yeah, I look like her and blah blah blah. But yeah,
What if she changed her accent?
Yeah,
Because she fucking knew.
The internet has successfully found AI people that aren't even real. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
I mean, the internet has found people who've like literally were on screen for like 2 seconds. They're like, oh yeah, we got this person's address. This is where they live at. This is how many kids they have. This is their bank statement.
I'm gonna
Getting-
literally type
getting out
this
of
in.
control.
I'm gonna type in
Hawk Tua,
Tua.
like HAWK space
yeah.
TUA.
Yeah.
You will
and
find
I
this
bet
chick.
you. Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
It fucking pops up the first. It
Immediately.
literally corrects my spelling,
Yeah.
and it says the Hawk.
Like, sir, how dare
And there
you?
she is. 1, 2,
It's like,
3, 4.
the
5,
AI's like,
8
are you talking
minutes.
about spitting on penises, sir?
Oh my god!
From the back of your
So-
throat?
So I can play it, but like I don't know.
I played it for a secon. It was like the EDM version, but yeah.
Yeah, but I want. Oh, you play TV version?
yeah.
Well, I'm trying to see if it'll play for the rest of the podcast. 'Cause not everybody's heard it, so.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to.
Yeah.
These sex dolls are getting out of control.
The
Oh
what?
my god!
Sex dolls are getting out of control. Now they're just walking down the streets.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There you go.
Yeah.
Tua.
Well, I'm trying to see if he has a question. Here he is.
Spit on that thing.
Man,
Oh.
she does the whole motion and everything because
He
she
said
has a
you had to give
microphone
it
through
the
her
hot
mouth, and she
Tua.
literally does it. So this video here is the I think it's the EDM.
That's what I played. That you couldn't
Yeah.
hear. Yeah.
I can't. Oh, there it is.
She's,
Yeah, what's one movement man? That'll
yeah.
keep a man. And she's all you gotta do that Hawk Tua.
Honestly,
And-
if you Hawk to it on me, I would I'd have to
Like, yeah, what
I would
the
have to
fuck?
reconsider things. I would have to reconsider
No,
things.
I mean if you Hawk Tua on me, I realize that I'm in for some work. That you're about to put in.
I'm
So
in-
that means you
hold on.
already know. So.
Hold on, let me just rephrase that. I'm in for some inexperience. Is what's happening right now.
That is true, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna adjust myself, maybe
Yeah.
arch my back a little
Might-
bit. No,
Might get a little
let you
teeth.
do your thing.
I think teeth
Oh,
is coming
no
next.
teeth.
I'm just,
Mm-mm.
no.
No teeth. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
remind
no,
you, my daughter, you asked to come on tonight.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm
So
saying.
you requested to come on tonight, so I apologize. If you want to see a therapist, you can do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm trying to
this
keep
podcast
this
doesn't offer
PG-13.
any kind of health benefits, so you're in a.
We
You're in
do
your own-
not.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep
Yeah.
this as PG-13 as I possibly can.
There's no
I'm
HSA.
doing my best. I'm doing my best.
Video game.
I mean, the way she
You
the way
press,
she said it was PG.
Wait, hold on. Prodigy, where are you going?
video games are fun, and you press buttons, and we should talk.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah, let's
Okay,
talk about
okay,
them.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We're talking about different kind of buttons.
Plethora of games that would 100% go in this subject.
You want to talk about God of War, the original ones? We had to like do the combinations to do the. Oh, so
do
she wouldn't get that. Prodigy
No,
does.
no,
Prodigy knows what
no,
I'm talking about. My daughter doesn't.
No,
though.
I was like, wait a minute. I knew it. Now I know it. No. We don't need to do that.
All I
Even
know,
the last two games were missing that the Hawk Tua.
that
my
that they
God.
were. That they were. And you know what's funny is that
He did have a
Pro-
kid with him.
Prodigy, if you go back in the day, I think you actually made a comment about if they don't have this in the game, I'm gonna be mad. And it was never
I
talked
did.
about again.
I did, because here's the thing. This was prior to 2018's incredible God of War. That's what I knew Kratos as being, Spartan, busting them nuts. But I didn't realize that Kratos was going to be, dozens, hundreds. He's a demigod. We don't even know how much older he fucking is.
Yeah.
But he's a different person in these games. They went a totally different direction, and it fucking worked.
It did.
But
Holy
yeah,
shit.
It doesn't matter.
What's
I
up?
just realized, like, Prodigy.
Well, hold
like,
on.
like, lip. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Look, say it
I
again.
said he's famous, right? So age doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Mm, I don't know.
Plus-
But
Plus, Kratos had a son with him, so I mean, he could have took him to the strip club, like, hey,
Kratos.
look.
Kratos.
Like,
I have no
Kratos,
sons.
sorry.
Kratos.
I have no sons, sir.
Kratos. Okay. Kratos had a son with him, so he could have took him to the strip club and watched Thady drop it down.
Watch, you gotta watch that Hawk Tua. I'm just saying, at the club.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I came back.
Greek mythology.
Oh my god.
Wait, say it again.
wasn't the first couple games just Greek mythology?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
Three, actually, first
It was
like 5 games.
Yeah, 5 total games.
Mhm.
All you knew of Kratos was Greek mythology, killing gods, and getting some lady love.
Yeah, I mean,
Smash-
if we're going
smashing
by
crates.
Greek mythology rules, age really isn't a number because Zeus was screwing his like great granddaughters
As a goose.
Yep.
Or a
like,
mist.
Or
yeah, just
crow.
golden light.
Yeah, that was gross.
I mean-
Anyway, let's get the gaming. This is gonna get. We got to get off like being gross with my daughter on the podcast. So Nintendo Direct was announced. So it's very strange that we have like this really disconnected E3 thing going on, but fuck it, I'm all in for it. The past 2 weeks, we've had a slew of announcements from
Xbox.
Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. It'd be really nice if I did it in like 3 days in the summertime, in LA. But call it E3,
Yeah, nope.
whatever. I'm still glad that we're getting game announcements in the summertime. When
I feel like I'm out of the
traditionally,
loop of it.
it's all good. Traditionally, up until like a couple years ago, the summertime, actually maybe like 5-8 years ago, the summertime used to be like a huge lull in gaming. People kind of forget about that. Like when we grew up, because we're old as fuck, there was like no games to play in the summertime. So we would just go outside, play with our friends, drink from water hoses. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And we would wait until the fall, winter, until our parents could afford games and bought us more games. That's changed. We're getting games all year round, but this latest like E3 mashup, not E3 thing, has been great. Nintendo Direct announced a whole bunch of games for the Switch, but there was one thing that was missing from Nintendo is that they did not announce the Switch 2.
No, they did not.
But they might have low-key did it, though. And I'll tell you my thoughts on that a little bit later. Maybe low-key.
Okay. Yeah.
There's one specific game where I think it might be on the Switch, too.
Yeah. A lot of people think that way, too, but you never know. Anyway.
So.
Which one you want to talk about first?
Metroid.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one. That's the cat of the bag. All right, cat of the bag. Metroid 4 finally got announced. I've been waiting for another Metroid Prime for it feels like 10 fucking years, to be honest with you.
It's been longer.
Been longer? Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't.
So I guess the last what was it? The one that everyone hated that was on the Wii was like 07 or some shit.
Oh yeah, another M.
Yeah. The one we don't.
There it is. Yeah, the one everyone hates. That was like 2007, and then Metroid Prime 4 got announced 8 years ago at E3, and no one saw shit of it since literally 2 days ago.
Was it really 8 years ago?
It's been literally 8 years.
No, 2017. Was that 8 years? I mean, that's close enough. Yeah.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
I'll say this though: Metroid is a fantastic fucking franchise. Traditionally, dating back all the way to the NES days and shit, and through Game Boys and all of that. I love this franchise, but god damn, I don't understand how you can pump out a Mario game every fucking week or every other day.
Yeah.
It takes 8 years to do a fucking set.
Honestly, I think in this environment though, it's kind of iffy. I'm already waiting for the backlash of saying that Metroid's gone woke when they realize that Samus Aran is a fucking woman.
Oh yeah.
So
100%.
even though she's always been a woman since the first goddamn game.
The NES game.
You know what?
Like
You're
the best for playing Smash.
Yeah.
I could hear those critiques being loud and wrong and so fucking stupid, but you're right. You're going to hear that.
Yeah, you're gonna hear it because people are fucking dumb. I mean, they get mad over stupid shit that's historically accurate, and they're either too young or just too dumb. It's just they're Drake fans. All right, they're fucking Drake fans.
Yeah,
all right?
they're female Drizzy fans.
I'm gonna take you back though. I remember when it was either on the PS3 or PS4 era when Wolfenstein came back.
Yeah,
and so we're literally complaining. Do you have to kill this many Nazis? Why
yes.
is it so cool?
Really?
and
Yeah,
we
but
were.
the whole game is about Nazis. What the fuck?
It's Wolfenstein. What?
Yeah, I've never heard those complaints because I remember that was the whole selling point for a lot of us.
Yeah,
That
Like
if
you can just shoot Nazis in this.
if Wolfenstein didn't have killing Nazis, I'm not playing fucking Wolfenstein.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like
for real.
that's like playing Doom and you can't kill fucking demons.
Yes.
Yeah, you're like.
That complains about Nazis being killed.
Yes.
Yeah, I
More
guess.
than it does the game.
It was
Yes.
a whole. I swear to God, people won't believe us nowadays, whatever. But that was a whole thing. What was it? 2017, 2016, 15.
Yeah.
I'll look up those articles, but I swear to God that fucking happened. And I was just like, this is the weirdest, bizarro world we're living in. So of course, Metroid 4, whenever it drops
Well,
next year.
you said it's the weirdest, most bizarre world ever, and then Trump got elected. So
Oh,
I'm
Yeah,
just
true.
saying.
Oh, dude, 2020, because 2020 was like a weird, like, spatially black hole that we entered in. So yeah, I get it. So other Metroid Prime Other M released in 2010.
Yeah, but that I don't consider that. I mean,
Yeah, like 14 years ago.
Okay,
I
so then
didn't play that game.
that
So
one.
then Metroid Prime 3 Echoes came out in 2007.
yeah,
Damn.
such a long time ago, and that was like those are really great games. Honestly, it was like one of the first games
14?
that you can play. So Metroid Prime the series was on the Wii, and sorry, no, it's GameCube,
Yeah, in the GameCube. I'm
And they-
looking at the
and
code now.
then it got adapted to the Switch, and it was great because you can use like the motion controls, and it worked
No,
actually pretty
oh.
well.
Adapted
That's
to
cool.
To the Wii? Oh yeah. The Wii had yeah. You're right. Not the Switch. The Wii.
Yeah.
You're correct. There were such great games, and then they just kind of stopped making them, and I kept waiting because I feel like this is the problem with Nintendo is because especially nowadays. So nowadays, to me, things have been reversed for gaming for like the past 20 fucking years. Actually, more than that, probably like 20, 30 fucking years. People don't understand the dominance that Nintendo had back in the 90s. Like if you had a fucking Genesis, I made fun of you in the 90s.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
everyone
seriously.
kinda did.
But I
Rock
was
my Genesis.
yeah,
Right.
it's all good. I made fun of you too. I was a huge Nintendo fan. They dominated the fucking market for a long time up until the N64 because it was expensive and they didn't go to CDs, which was a huge detriment to them. But they still sell a ton of units, just not as much as, or they're not as popular.
PlayStation.
Well, this is the kind of weird thing. So, like when you talk about like numbers, the Wii,
Yeah.
that won that generation.
It did.
Oh yeah.
They sold the
100%.
most units.
Correct.
But then when you get to like then they had the Wii U, which didn't sell hardly anything,
Yeah.
and then you had now we have the Switch, which is doing really well, but it's not pulling, PS4, PS5 numbers, but it's still doing really well.
Yeah.
It's still better than the
mean-
Xbox.
Yeah, for
Okay.
certain, you're right. But the other thing I want to say too is that the reason you guys keep mentioning, Switch 2, Switch 2, Switch 2 is because even when the Switch dropped, it was, underpowered a little bit for its time.
Yeah.
But now that we're in the current generation, it's like
It's significant. Yeah.
it's significant. Let's be real.
It's
So
it's basically like it's less than my fucking cell phone, like the graphical
Exactly.
content. So
yeah, let's be real.
It's
So
just super weird. So I'm looking at the Nintendo store. So basically, it's the store where you can download a lot of the past games digitally to your Switch. And Metroid Prime, the first one, is on here. I don't see Echoes, and I don't see Corruption.
yeah.
it basically, Metroid 4, I'm hoping it's on the level of a rebirth basically for this franchise, kind of like 2016 Doom did, or when they did the Resident Evil 2 remake or whatever, and it really helped the Resident Evil franchise after some down years or whatever. This should be a Samus coming out party where everybody's fucking excited about this franchise again because it's one of the best fucking franchises. I'm
Wait,
gonna say,
oh, sorry. Did you just say Samus is gay? Because that's gonna anger some people.
I thought we already
You
knew
said
that.
she was coming out. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Oh,
lesbian, space lesbian.
I thought she fucked Metroids. I'm just saying. That's the
with
thing,
all the
right?
tentacles.
You
maybe.
always have that hop to it.
All right.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I might change the name of the podcast. I'm just saying.
No, I thought the name of the podcast is the death of Drake or death of Aubrey Graham. What do you say?
It can be called Hatu on that Drake.
Oh,
Drake grave or something like
the
that.
Emancipation of Aubrey. That should
Yeah,
be
that's what it's gonna be called. I was just kidding. It's not gonna be Hawktua.
That would be hilarious if it was too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm trying to see where if the other Metroid games are on the Switch. I know Prime is. Dude, Prime is $40 on the Switch.
God damn, that's like a 20-year-old game.
Yeah.
That's Nintendo though. This is how Nintendo wins because they don't. Their sales are like not really fucking sales. Like there's no Game Pass. There's no know PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
This Nintendo, you pay us full price.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's on sale. It's on sale for $5 off.
What did you say, Lilith?
Their minor games are like super cheap though.
They're minor games. Oh yeah, but I mean they're not free or paid for, I guess.
No.
Yeah,
I never owned a Nintendo, so
You never owned it.
What?
Look at this dude. Look
nah,
at this dude.
I told that story.
This dude is this fucking sad life, drinking his sad
Yep.
drink.
It's fucking terrible.
So
Dude, go ahead.
so we got Metroid 4. I'm sure wasn't there another Mario and Luigi game?
Yes.
Is there another Mario Party?
Yes, there's a Mario Party with a 20-player mode. Like 20 players online in one board. Like what the fuck? Oh, actually, it's not a board. It's like
Is there
this
even that
weird
many characters?
competition. Yes, there is. They actually show the screen with fucking 20 characters on the board. Or actually, it's not a. It's like a. I guess they call it like a triathlon, but it's not. They call it something else. It's like a Mario athlon or some shit.
Party Jamboree.
Yeah, that's the latest one. It's out in October.
Well, I guess you can use your Wii character or whatever in the game.
Yeah, I have Mario Party All Stars, and you can use a Mii character, and you can shoot them up and stuff and use them. At least in Mario Kart. I don't know about Mario Party, but yeah, I'm looking for this other because there's a game where it's a co-op Mario and Luigi game. I guess it's the second one that will be out later this year or early next year.
I'm sorry, just really quickly. This is breaking from Twitter. This concert is the goddamn Avengers Endgame for gangbangers.
Holy shit!
Yeah, you have to watch it because there's one point where it's just him, and then he fills the stage with like 50 people.
Yeah,
I've
and
never
like
seen-
there's blood, Crips. I thought they were Juggalos, but they're not Juggalos. It's like
Yeah,
some clown people. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not from
NBA
LA.
players, West Coast like rappers, like a ton of people on the stage. Crazy.
Someone had a Doctor Strange portal, man. Like I saw Nip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle.
Somebody's like, Kendrick on your left.
Yeah. That was wild, dude. Dude, that concert, like, it was pretty crazy. I wasn't there,
I wonder
but it felt like I was there.
I wonder if he brought anybody who won the what's the name, the guy who created the BBL Drizzy, because you know how he said like
Metro
whoever made the
Boomin?
best, Metro
Yeah.
Boomin. I wonder if they brought out like the guy whoever won that contest that he had, basically whoever made the best ditch
That'd have
track.
been great.
Oh,
That'd have
I
been great.
don't know.
They brought him out.
No,
Man,
he didn't. I watched the whole thing.
that beat went global. Like
Yeah.
people in Japan, Mexico, there were mariachis. I mean, talking on podcast, but like there was rock versions, alternative rock. It was everybody was making a diss track.
I have to say, literally, Kendrick, these are the top trending things on Twitter right now. I'm not going to call it the other word because it's not. It's Twitter. First one is Ken and Friends. Then it's Kendrick. Also with hashtag the pop out and not like us. Then K dot. Then OVHO. So yeah, he done won.
I love it.
You know what's crazy? So OVO is what I guess Drake says. That's
Oh,
like where he's from or some shit like that.
No, it's his label.
It's his labels, OVO.
It's a label that he started.
Oh shit!
It's the other
Tyler the-
option.
yeah.
Come on now.
Tyler the Creator was there too. I didn't know that. He was
But
one of the
Yeah,
artists.
so Tyler the Creator is one of the openers. That's why I
Yeah.
don't want to say nothing. But yes, he's one of. I think he's the last opener before Kendrick.
But,
came on.
Drake says it's an OVO thing, but like OVO thing kind of sounds like Ovaltine, which is a chocolate milk drink, which what kids drink. So,
Oh, gross.
and it kind of gave you a, well, Richard. The
Oh
signs are
shit!
there.
The
Just
weekend,
saying.
the weekend was there too.
The Wiccan.
Yeah, there was
The
a lot of
Weeknd,
people there,
yeah.
man. The Weeknd
I
was
think
there.
Pac even showed up.
Who?
I said Pac showed up for a little bit.
Yeah, that's what people said. Pac and Nipsey Hussle, they were there via hologram.
Dude,
I'm just kidding. That didn't happen, but
Oh,
it felt like.
Here's the other thing too. Yes, obviously this is right there in K-Dot's hometown and whatnot, and it's in LA and everything. But he could do a global tour right after this, and it would be popping just as much in pretty much every city on the globe. Like, it's a global fucking series of hits. You know what I mean? Like, you could be in Idaho, you could be in fucking Venezuela. You gonna hear people rocking out to this shit.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's so good to see, like, you know, West Coast rap getting on top again.
Yeah,
Mm.
Not that I feel like it fell off, but I feel like mumble rap for like the longest time was like a huge thing, and
Yep.
I just that's when it started coming up. I kind of just stage left, exit for me. I couldn't listen to rap that much anymore. I went super deep into metal, and I love metal still to this day. But
Mhm.
Kendrick Lamar, you know, coming out, and there's a, you know, J. Cole, he's a good lyricist too. There's a bunch of other good lyricists,
yeah.
but on the radio though, they just pushed so fucking hard these people that were just rapping about fucking nothing. Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing. Like, yeah, okay, you're doing drugs. Okay, I got that. Like,
That's all they said.
You're
Yeah.
selling your WAP.
So they
Like-
would literally talk about drugs at their friend's house. Then the next verse would be at their cousin's house. Then the fourth verse would be maybe about some chick they smashed, and then them about like being drunk, and then that's the end of the
yeah,
song.
but I will
There's
say, I mean,
songs like that.
there's certain songs that I'll still listen to that are heavy drug references, like the was that, I think it's a feature song. It was like, what, the Percocets, Molly
Yeah,
Percocet.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Molly Percocet.
God damn,
Black-
what's the name of the song though?
Percocet.
Black and yellow.
I think it's
No,
I
it's
think
not
it's
Black
called
and
Percocet.
No, it's not called
Percocet.
Percocets.
Is
No,
that Molly-
Mask Off. Goddamn,
Molly
it's called
Percocet.
Mask Off. Jesus Christ.
Oh, there.
Oh,
I've
Molly
been
Percocet.
drinking and I remember this shit. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? You fucking sober.
Percocet.
Not me.
Yeah.
Oh, Warface is on there.
But
Wild shit.
so I jumped on Twitter real quick, and I mean, we mentioned at the beginning of the podcast. Today is Juneteenth, which is a federal holiday now. But
Mhm.
I jumped up on Twitter, and the first video pops up that says like, we must always remember what happened down in down Louisiana with the whole boat thing that happened.
Oh,
Alabama, yeah, Alabama. The whole boat.
shit.
And I was like, oh shit, how long ago was that? I mean, I felt like
That
it
was
was
a
like
year
last
ago.
year, but
It was last year.
oh man, that shit was like legendary. When security guard threw off his hat, and like people made all kind of videos and references and stuff to that. That shit was crazy.
I bet your Aubrey don't know about that.
Right?
He don't know about the
Yeah,
significance.
Damn.
Damn.
It's wild.
He ain't like us.
You know what I love about that? Though? Even though Kendrick is mostly talking to Black American hip hop fans, it's so universal and relatable. Even if you didn't like rap and you're not African American, you still feel like, yeah, those folks, Drake ain't like us. And you know,
You don't belong anywhere.
global appeal. Like, everybody feels like they're part of the us, you know what I mean, team, because K-Dot made it so fucking catchy. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's honestly, it's like, it's more than just that song catchiness. It's the lead up to it with you know, like that, which is really good. Talking about, he's like, it's just me, not, you know, not the big three. And then in Euphoria, there's specific references when he's talking about, you know, I'm not feeling you, and it's not just me. It's what the culture's feeling.
Yeah.
And then saying like, I don't want to hear you say the N-word no more. I'm like, bro, like, he's just like dismantling this motherfucker lyrically. And then like, not like us, just like, so I'm gonna do like all this super dope lyricist shit, like dismantling you and like having all these deep fucking thoughts on you and how you're a fucking piece of shit. And then not like us, like, here, here's the bop for the rest of the fucking summer, the rest of the year, and just enjoy that shit.
It is literally one of the when I was watching again the reactors, they're like, this is gonna be like probably the biggest song of the year, and so far he's not lying. Like it's been everywhere, like literally, it's on fucking. I saw a commercial, dude, where some dude was singing. He was singing the one $1 Million Baby, Not Like Us, and BBL Dream. Like
Yeah.
he's just sitting there. It's like a weird commercial, and he's just sitting. He's singing all three, and like Not Like Us is like playing on like literally commercials, like where people getting paid or on fucking TV and shit, and like what the fuck? It's been on the radio at least. So it's like a 20-minute drive for me to get to work, and I hear it at least once on my way to work.
There was literally only one thing that could have made that concert better, and it would have been if Kendrick dropped his verses on BBL Drizzy.
Oh, yeah.
That was the only way it could have gotten better.
That was the only thing, yeah. But
Only
I
way.
felt like, I guess he didn't have
What
Metro
other
Room
people
in that.
thunder?
But so DJ Mustard was fucking there. He shows up, and he shows up to when he performs. Like I think the 5th time he performs Not Like Us. Don't get me wrong, the crowd was fucking energized when he played it. They couldn't get enough because not only was it like this Drake thing, but there's a part where Kendrick says, "Hey, West Coast, we're not going to let other rappers disrespect us, are we?" And the crowd just fucking like, no. He's like, "We're not going to let them disrespect our hip hop legends, are we?" Like, holy shit! Like the crowd went fucking crazy.
Yeah, man.
Like super feral. Like holy shit.
If you're too young or just haven't really liked the genre and whatnot, people take shit like Tupac serious as fuck. Just in terms of like legacy and everything. And you know, shit. What were we? I was I think a sophomore when All Eyes on Me dropped. He was just out of jail and whatnot.
Yeah.
That shit was the biggest thing I could ever fucking imagine. When I saw like MTV playing California Love and what was this? It was a big fucking.
What was that? Was it CMT? What was that fucking that one channel that played only music videos like late at night?
The Box?
Was it The Box?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Box. We had to like pay to like request songs.
There was something else too. It wasn't CMT. That's a country music channel.
No,
that's
CMC was
what the fuck
CMC was what they would show like around like between like 3 and 5. And Chewy from like the KML was the host of it.
Yeah.
It was CMC, but it stood for like something music channel, but I can't remember the C stood for it because it wasn't country.
Was it? Oh yeah, look up CMC.
It was country music.
But I remember the Box was like the one that you can like call a number and like pay to hear a certain music video.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that shit. I never knew that. I knew better.
There we go. That's what. Jesus Christ, this is very specific to California. It was the California Music Channel.
There you go.
Yeah. Damn, yeah, that was back in the day with like analog TV.
I don't know why the fucking does this shit.
Dude, I met Chewy.
Can y'all hear me?
Did you really? Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. He's a cool guy. He's not on KML anymore. They dropped
California Music Channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what KM or CMC stood for. It was California Music Channel. And it was like it was like a Channel 9 or something like that. Like it was like some
just like public access bullshit, But
yeah, even like the quality, like the background effects. They had like the Great America music video effects for him.
You know what it was? It was basically the equivalent of your junior college having a little radio station or a little fucking public access channel. That was it.
Yeah. But people tuned in.
Oh yeah, they had E40 videos, man. Come on now. That's all I needed. Anyway, I know Kronos stepped away, but I was gonna say we should probably wrap it. Pretty soon.
I'll throw one thing in here while we wait for Kronos to jump in. But I've been listening to this audiobook called The Flex by my homeboy Jeremy Robbins. Yeah, Robbins. It's basically about it's a story about a security guard who basically works for this kind of scientist company, and they're working. So if you've been watching 3 Body Problems, so this company, they use a collider, and this guy figure out how to use a collider to discover like 2 different atoms that's called like the God atom and the devil atom, and he's able to control time with this, and so he's causing like this whole entire like sphere of this town to jump back in time. So first they jump back like 20 years, and like security guard, like he actually meets his dad again who passed away, but then they jump like 200 years and they keep jumping back like crazy amount of time, so they go back into the very, very past. But like just the story long, and the voice actor who does the work is really good. It's for sci-fi, it's really good. I highly recommend it. It's just that the whole fact with the whole Kaleida thing that kind of going on, and like the whole 3-body problem, it kind of ties into that. But yeah, I just finished it. It was a really good book. This author created his own multiverse, so like he has Infinite, he has the Others, he has the NPC, he has all these different books that he's written, and they all kind of tie together. And I just learned recently.
Hold on, the guy that wrote 3-body problem did NPC?
No, for Jeremy Robbins.
Oh, okay.
The guy who wrote.
I was very
Infinity.
confused. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you just gotta jump in because the last book I listened to, he talks about like the whole Atom Collider and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's a great writer.
Yeah, but yeah, he just added another book to his, or I think he's got like 13 books as part of his like multiverse. That's I've probably listened to about 8 of them so far. But yeah, it's a really good book. I highly recommend it. It's called The Flux.
The Flux.
Okay.
Like the Flux Capacitor, which is like a Back to the Future reference, which just kind of ties into the whole time traveling thing.
Love it. I'm still finishing up 3-body problem, and I do enjoy it. And say I know I'm slow on it.
Did you watch episode 5 yet?
With the boat.
With the ship. It's just like people give.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah. That was good.
I was like, bruh.
It's funny. I was watching 3-body problems on the plane to Seattle, and the actor who plays the guy from Doctor Strange, the Asian guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name. But
yeah. He's been in a bunch of stuff.
I was literally watching 3-body problems, and the guy that was sitting next to me was watching Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
and like both of us on the same time, like the actor was on both our screens, and I looked at the guy, and I tapped him on the shoulder. It's like, hey, look who's on my screen or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that guy's getting more gigs because he's a pretty cool actor.
He was really good in he played Genghis Khan in a show, so I watched that. I think it was
Marco Polo.
Yeah, Marco Polo. Yeah.
Kronos, I was saying, let's. I know we went deep on some other stuff, but I was gonna say, can we start wrapping it?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Can we?
Hakutua.
Old Ninja, what you got popping this week? God damn it! Can you hear us, Old Ninja? Can you hear us?
I like how you're like using hand signals, but that's disrespectful. I know ASL a little bit, so you said nothing, just gibberish.
I'm trying to get his attention. Can you hear us?
He can't hear us. You can see that.
Yeah.
I guess someone else has to do the outro. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why he can't hear us. That's fucking weird.
He can't see us either, though.
We could just stare at him.
Yeah. I think he got those headphones. Should have been working right for him.
I guess not. He can't even see our lips moving.
Let me.
Right.
Blue, what you got popping?
Let's see. The Alameda County Fair is in town, so the Sweetness and I and our little guy might go out to check that out. Last week for Father's Day, we went to the San Francisco Zoo, which I forgot we went before with him, but he actually had a really good time. He wanted to see the elephants, and I was like, all right, let's go find the elephants, and apparently they don't have elephants there. I was like, what the fuck? How do you have a zoo with no elephants? But they did have a rhino, which was pretty fucking dope.
Tell them that's an elephant. That's what you gotta do. I mean, they're gray, they're pretty big, whatever.
Yeah. But it was really cool because every time we went to go see an animal, like animals started to like come out of their enclosure, not their enclosure, because that'd be a really bad thing. But they come out from like their hiding spots, or whatever. So we got to see a lot of cool animals. But yeah, this weekend, we're gonna hit up the Alameda Fair. I did finish watching 3-Body Problem, which is really good. I'm gonna start listening to the audiobook for it because I just need more because it leaves you off on a cliffhanger. And I like the whole metaphor how the aliens said like, oh, us humans are bugs, but it's like you can't kill bugs. Like you could try, you'll kill a few of them, but like they'll still outnumber you, like probably like 1,000, 1,000,000 to 1 or something like that. But I really like that metaphor. But other than that, I I had a really good time in Seattle. Tried some good drinks out there. Had a good time. But yeah, just kind of back to the normal grind for me. I still got to catch up with Boys, which I just dropped. Was just dropped this week.
Yeah, we missed a bunch of stuff.
Other
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Sorry,
But we'll get to
Kendrick.
next week.
Kendrick rules all.
Yeah. K. Dot.
Kronos, what you got popping this week?
So I had like a lifestyle change over the past week. So I'm living alone now, which is kind of weird. Even though my daughter's here, my youngest daughter's here right now, which I'll have her for a while. We're doing like some joint stuff. Somebody asked on, so apparently Spotify has like a comments and our polls, and somebody asked in a poll, which is like sort of weird, like not sort of weird, but they asked in a poll like if me and Kay divorced. So no, we didn't divorce, but also we were never married. So did we break up? Yes. So yeah, and it sucks. But I'll get through it. I want to talk about what happened like over the past like week because a lot of cool shit happened. I will say congratulations to Papa Bear. He retired from the Marine Corps, which is great. He's going to focus more time on rescue residents. And as soon as I can get my life back together, I'll be able to offer more of my time to rescue residents. Yes, it's still a thing. And we have collected more vehicles. We have another ambulance. We have an actual fucking bus and a few other things. I met some other folks from the board over the weekend and got really fucking drunk on Saturday. So I got to meet another Marine. We became friends.
No.
Yeah, I met God and I threw up. It was great. But I definitely did throw up that night when I got back to my room. But I was fine. I also want to give a shout out to Lando, who listens to the podcast. He's a local guy. We do jiu-jitsu together at Studio 33. We've been trying to hang out for months. It's very hard if you're an older person in general. If you're in your fucking 40s, trying to make a new friend, it's fucking hard. All right, yeah, me and this dude have been trying to hang out for like, I would say a solid at least 4 months. And we finally got to hang out 2 days ago. So at downtown Chula Vista. And it was great to like hang out and like chop it up with that guy. So thanks for hanging out. I'm glad we finally got to do so. And it was cool to like make a new friend after the age of 40. So I look forward to hanging out with you more. And that's all I got for now.
All good, man. I know Old Ninja can still not hear us.
He can hear us, but we can't hear him. He just talked. His lips are moving. I see you talking, but you ain't saying nothing.
Yeah.
You sound like Drake.
I finished up. I know nobody else is fucking with it, but I finally finished up Delicious in Dungeon, that great ass fucking anime on Netflix. I do encourage folks to watch it.
Wait.
What is it? Tomorrow I'm going to be diving back in probably for the next 2 or 3 months to some Elden Ring. Shadow of the Erd Tree. That one got some fantastic reviews so far. I think it was like the highest rated DLC of all fucking time, I believe. Hopefully that holds.
It's better than the Ballad of Gay Tony?
In terms of Metacritic, and don't get me wrong, I love the Ballad of Gay Tony. That shit went hard. That was even better than GTA 4 with Nico, my cousin, and all that. But definitely doing that. And then in a couple of weeks, I'm really looking forward to my eldest son and I and his cousin. We are gonna all three of us go up to LA and go to Anime Expo.
Fuck yeah! All right,
we're gonna weeb it up and enjoy some time with some teenagers, obviously. So it'll be great.
It's like this is what you do with these pillows. I'm just kidding. Definitely don't do that.
I do.
Exactly.
Don't do that. Make sure that do it.
I'm definitely going to make sure I'm going to be a responsible adult, and I'm not going to talk about interspecies reviewers at all with these teenage boys.
Yes, you are. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, is it? Which cousin are you talking about?
Hey.
Is it? Oh, I don't know. Well, fuck. Is it Colin?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So
wait, is he? Are you meeting him in LA, or is he going to come down here?
He's going to fly down, and then I'm going to drive up
to here. Yeah. Okay. That's what I know because I wanted because he does jiu-jitsu. I want to roll with him again. So we rolled like last time he was here.
Yeah. So once we'll probably get back super late that 4th of July weekend Sunday, probably. So
I was gonna say for the anime stuff, you got to be that dirty uncle that introduce your the nephews to some adult stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Have
on
you
the anime side, not the adult.
Have you heard of La Blue Girl? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That was way back in the day. I'm just saying that'll change your fucking life.
Exactly. And I've never been to Anime Expo, but obviously we all remember the greatness of Fanime and those late night panels.
Yes. Oh my God. That
Dude.
fucking the luchador dude that was like the hentai night.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
great.
Dude, Anime Expo is so tame compared to Fanime. Because I've been to Anime Expo a bunch of times, and yeah, dude, you would. I mean, you might find little things here and there, but you won't find 24 hours a whole section dedicated to hentai. But then again, it might have changed. It's been a couple of years since I've been there, so you never know. I mean, it is Anaheim, which is like Disneyland. So
I will find my weeb kinfolk, and if there is hentai to be watched, I'm going to sneak off and make sure I see some of that. Since Old Ninja can't hear us, you've just experienced Blacker Than Black times Infinity. The Blackish Dankish show on the internet. You can check us out on Amazon, and there's no such thing as Stitcher anymore, but Twitch and website Ben had Productions / Skeet
Skeet.
yeah
/ BthanBTI.
There you go. Dude, I'm looking up that EDM song immediately after.
Dude, it's great. It's like you dirty motherfuckers.
Freaky ass ninjas.
Yeah.
We are out this bitch. God damn it.